In May 1962, the man who organized the trains that carried millions to the death camps faced the gallows. Adolf Eichmann was the architect of the Holocaust's logistics. To ensure his followers could never turn his resting place into a shrine, Israel cremated his body and scattered the ashes at sea. The physical erasure was total. Yet, within months of that execution, a neo-Nazi terror cell was operating in Buenos Aires. They were stockpiling weapons, manufacturing Molotov cocktails, and drafting plans to bomb a school bus carrying Jewish children. The men organizing this cell were Eichmann's own sons. But decades later, the youngest of the brothers would step in front of the press and publicly declare that his father deserved to die. You can meticulously erase a war criminal's body from the earth, but destroying the ideology they leave behind is an entirely different problem. In the early 1950s, the Eichmann family reunited in a working-class neighborhood of Buenos Aires. Eichmann lived under the forged name Ricardo Clement. Inside their modest home, the four boys were raised on the glory of the Reich. Their father never expressed a shred of regret for the millions he helped murder. He spoke openly about the war, framing himself as a disciplined soldier who followed orders for a cause he still believed in. Klaus, Horst, Dieter, and Ricardo absorbed this worldview the way children absorb anything their parents teach them, completely and without question. This protected environment collapsed because of a dinner table conversation. In the late 1950s, the eldest son, Klaus, tried to impress his teenage girlfriend by bragging about his father's high-ranking Nazi past. He didn't know her father, sitting right there at the table, was a blind Holocaust survivor who understood exactly what Klaus was saying. That arrogant boast led Israeli intelligence straight to the family's door. On May 11, 1960, Mossad agents grabbed Eichmann off a darkened street, held him in a safe house, and smuggled him out of Argentina to stand trial. Before his execution, his wife Farah petitioned the Israeli government for a secret prison visit. For 80 minutes, she sat across from her husband through a thick glass partition. Historians who later reviewed the classified visit noted a total absence of moral reckoning. She maintained unwavering loyalty to the man she loved and the cause he served. The capture and execution functioned as a violent catalyst, forcing the sons to actively decide what to do with their inheritance. For the three older brothers, Klaus, Horst, and Dieter, the execution opened a wound. They saw their father as a martyr persecuted by the enemies of the cause he served. Within months, they took that grief to the streets, forming a neo-Nazi terror cell. They stockpiled firearms, manufactured Molotov cocktails, and actively targeted local Jewish institutions. In the far-right circles of South America, they wore the Eichmann surname as a badge of honor. That name carried weight, opening doors to a sprawling underground network of unrepentant SS officers and fascists who had fled Europe. The three brothers translated their father's dinner table lectures into active street violence, weaponizing Nazi ideology for a new generation. The youngest brother, Ricardo, broke the pattern. After the execution, he moved with his mother back to Germany. He enrolled in university, specialized in the ancient civilizations of the Middle East, and built a highly respected academic career. In the 1990s, Ricardo gave an interview that stunned the public. Looking directly at the logistical machine that transported millions to their deaths, he stated plainly that his father's execution was justified and that Adolf Eichmann deserved to die for his crimes. Curious, analytical, how does one household raising four boys on the same casual hatred spoken over breakfast produce both violent neo-Nazis and an outspoken moral objector? Researchers point to two main variables. The first is age. Ricardo was only 5 years old when Mossad agents grabbed his father. He had far less direct exposure to the daily indoctrination before the family unit shattered. The second is geography. The older brothers remained in Buenos Aires, surrounded by an echo chamber of comfortable, unchallenged former Nazis. Ricardo grew up in Germany, a country that was actively forcing its citizens to confront the truth of the Holocaust and teaching it in schools. Extremist indoctrination is potent, but it requires both sustained, years-long exposure and an environment that validates the hatred to permanently trap the next generation. Klaus and Horst never deviated from their father's path. Both died in 2015. Klaus from Alzheimer's disease in Germany, reportedly unable to remember his own name, and Horst from cancer in Argentina. Both faded into obscurity. Dieter, the quiet middle brother, chose silence. but an investigation found him still living in Buenos Aires as late as 2018, residing just a few miles from the exact bus stop where his father's lie fell apart. Ricardo, meanwhile, retired in 2020. He built a life defined entirely by his own work and his moral clarity, refusing to carry the burden of his surname. The Eichmann family serves as an uncomfortable case study. Living in close proximity to genocide, or having the reality of those crimes dragged into the daylight, does not automatically produce a moral reckoning. Inheriting evil is terrifyingly easy when it is packaged as family loyalty and passed across a dinner table. Ricardo's trajectory proves that a state execution alone cannot kill an ideology. The only thing that stops hatred from spreading is the individual choice to set the